chooselife.org or call 352-624-2854.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock, 75 degrees, 91 is the expected high, and there is a 90% chance we'll see rain today. And Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you today?
I'm heading to Gainesville.
Gainesville. Short drive today. For me, it'd be a long drive. For you, it's a short drive. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. How was your weekend?
It was good. Just, relaxed, hung out, went to church. Tried to avoid the heat. It was hot, and then it was muggy, and it was nice when it rained.
Exactly. Well, that's a good report. When on a Monday morning, when you're basically talking about the weather, that sounds like you had a relaxing weekend.
Yeah. Just didn't do a whole lot. Just the last week kind of zapped me out, zapped my wife out. So we're running out of weekends before school starts, though. So that's the one big thing.
Yeah, right. So do you have anything else planned to do with the kids before school starts?
Well, they football's already started for Tristan, and then Caleb's got a soccer camp next week. So, and then once that happens, then our life gets really, really busy.
Yeah, I bet.
So once middle of July starts, life gets really busy. So that's the other reason why we just kind of did nothing.
How long before one of your boys is driving, or are they driving yet?
Oh, they're already driving.
Oh.
Yeah, Caleb's been driving for about 7 months now.
Oh, okay. By himself or with you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See,
He's got a car and everything.
I always forget how early we drive in Florida, and maybe the whole country. I don't even know anymore.
I don't know of any kind. I don't know. Well, yeah, I think it's now across the board. I think it's 16. I think that's one of the things they did with the DOT. It's 16 in every state.
I wonder what they're going to do when self-driving cars are perfected. I wonder if they will allow anybody to be in a car alone. Like, can you
the non-licensed driver?
Yeah, can you let a 5-year-old send a 5-year-old home?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. All right.
I guess they'd have to be able to put in the function and the address and things like that. But I mean, the way kids use a tablet or a phone or anything else electric, and it's so intuitive, they could do it in about 30 seconds. Because it's going to be voice activated, right? You'll get in, it'll recognize your voice, and then maybe there's a password that you put in, and then boom, you go.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting world. We were looking at this photograph. We had a guest on, and so I went to the website, and the website showed this Nissan that had no steering wheel, and there were 4 seats in the car, 2 in the back, 2 in the front. But when you're in self-drive mode, they swivel around so you can be facing each other, playing cards or having a coffee, whatever. You're like sitting in the living room while the car is driving you somewhere.
Or in a train.
I just think,
well,
yeah.
I saw that same picture, and this is what I was thinking. How often, when you're driving in a car, do you have, like, something like that? Maybe a road trip. But, I mean, probably 90% of the time in your car, you're by yourself.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that's one of those things that's great for selling and marketing. It's not the reality of the world.
Do you know what I wanted to ask you? I have a question, and this is aside from what I had planned to talk to you about. You're in Atlanta, and I have not been in a city. What is it called? The HOV, high occupancy vehicle? HOV lanes, right? The HOV lanes are supposed to be if you have more than one person in the car, right?
Right.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I heard this from a couple different people that some cities are now allowing you to be in the HOV lane if you pay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
Well, they have this in Atlanta through certain sections of some of the high congestion area, specifically south of Atlanta. They have these. They're almost like a sun pass where you could take your sun pass, and then you can go around it. It varies in price depending on the day, and it's open, during the highest congested area, and it's one of those roads that you can use it going both ways. So when all the traffic's heading north, they open that up so that you can go north, and when all the traffic is heading south, they open it up so you can go south. And it ranges from anywhere between like 22 cents to $8.
Wow.
So, and if you have your Sun Pass, you can plug it in there, and boom. And I haven't done it just because I haven't had that problem because I try not to drive during rush hour in Atlanta. But I know a lot of people do, and it can save you 20 minutes each way, which is pretty significant.
Wow. I'd never heard of that before. Where I always questioned whether the HOV lane was any faster anyway. But
Well, what happens with the HOV lane, you don't have to avoid, you avoid all the people who are slowing down for exits or who are changing 3 or 4 lanes for exits. HOV lane is much faster. I drive in the HOV lane when I can, when there's somebody in my car.
yeah, well, somebody's or you can have a mannequin in there.
Well,
Yeah.
how would law enforcement know, though? I mean, all they'll see is one person in the HOV lane. How do they know not to stop you?
Oh, good question. Yeah, how do they know you paid?
Well, what do you mean? Well, no, not the HOV lane. The Sun Pass lane is a completely separate lane.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
Yeah,
there'd be
that's
two
a
lanes.
completely separate. There are. Yeah, there's the
Oh.
HOV, and then they're not usually in the same place. So the Sun Pass lane or Fast Pass is a completely different lane in a different section of the road.
Oh, okay. All right, so I have the main topic for today is road trip snacks. Road trip snacks. But I have 2 sports stories I wanted to ask you about that were in the news this weekend. One is from Major League Baseball umpire John Tumpane. Am I saying that right? Or Tumpani? How do you say his name?
Yeah, I think you had it right the second time.
Tumpane. Okay. Anyway, I think he's with the Pittsburgh. What would that be? Pirates? Was that Pittsburgh?
Well, he was umping that game. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, did you hear the story? He was crossing the Roberto Clemente Bridge of all bridges, a bridge named after Roberto Clemente, and there was a woman contemplating suicide, getting ready to jump off the bridge. Right? Is this down in Tampa?
No, this was in Pittsburgh.
Okay, in Pittsburgh. Okay. Anyway, he stops and he grabs onto her and he says, "I'm not letting go," and she literally jumps. I mean, she has her 2 feet off the edge of the thing, but he's got such a grip on her, she doesn't go anywhere. And he basically saves her. He does save her life.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing story.
That guy's got.
It truly is.
It's amazing.
That's a strong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she
There's no
said-
doubt about it. It's go ahead.
And you said she was kicking her legs, so that would be, if I
Yeah.
were to be holding her, I couldn't hold on because all that force of her kicking her legs.
Yeah. You still there?
Yeah. I mean, he's a young guy. He's an up and coming umpire, and it's always good to hear people do the right thing. And the fact that he stopped to me is pretty incredible. He just saw her and said, "Hey, I got to do something about it."
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a pretty busy bridge right there, and I wonder how many people didn't stop and just kept going.
Right. And
So-
he said, she said, you won't. He said, she said, "Let me go. You won't even remember me tomorrow." And he goes, "Oh, I'll remember you."
Yeah, and he held her and he stayed with her until help arrived.
Yeah, that's an amazing story.
That was pretty cool. I mean, he didn't let go. He wouldn't let her go. He stayed right there and held her tight until the police and the ambulance came, and then he handed her off to them.
Yeah,
So I thought that was pretty amazing.
and not to be offensive in any way at all, but she was not a little lady. She had a little bit of weight on her. And I'm only saying that to emphasize the fact that this guy really did. I mean, he used his strength. He used he could have fallen in with her.
Yeah.
Sure.
Gosh.
Wow. All right, that was one story. The other story was this one. The other sports story was this one. John McEnroe was asked by a female reporter what he thought of Serena Williams. And he says, well, she's the best female player we have, female tennis player. And the woman says, what do you mean, best female? All of a sudden, he's in trouble for saying something. and then he says, well, because if she played in the men's circuit, she'd be like 700 in the world. All right? So I was listening to sports radio here in WOCA this weekend, And apparently, all the talking heads that do shows on this on NBC Sports were kind of agreeing with John. Was it John McEnroe? Yeah,
That's
John.
what you said.
Yeah, they're all agreeing with him. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, that whole Billie Jean King versus what was it, Bobby Riggs? You
Riggs.
said, Robin.
Yeah.
That doesn't really necessarily apply to this, does it?
Not at all. I mean, let's remember, Bobby Riggs is like, what, 70s? Or late 60s at the time, and Billie Jean King was at her prime.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a comparable game. I mean, Venus Williams, I think Martina Navratilova is the greatest female tennis player of all time. But Venus or Serena Williams is the most powerful, the way she plays. And her service tops out at about 112 miles an hour, right? Incredibly fast. The average tennis player would have no chance against her. But if you put her on the men's circuit, it's not even average. It's well below average. And you know, she just doesn't have the speed or the power the men have. I mean, when I heard that, I'm like, why are people upset about it? Men are stronger and faster than women. I don't think that's shocking anybody.
It's the truth.
Well,
I mean, women should accept it. They can't be a man. Well,
It doesn't mean she's not great, and I'm not taking away everything she's done by saying that. There's a reason why women don't compete with men in tennis. But yes, there are some sports in which they compete, and I hear that about all sports. Like a woman soccer player, somebody like Mia Hamm could play with men in soccer. No, she can't. No, it's not the same. You could take a professional women's basketball team from the WNBA, and most good high school teams would dominate them, and that's just a fact.
Wow. So yeah, I guess I understand what you're saying, and you're expressing what the guys on NBC Sports were saying all weekend long. I was listening to them mostly yesterday, I think. It was just interesting to hear the conversation. But they also said that the lady who was the journalist who asked the initial question was not a sports journalist. She was like a fashion journalist or something. She wasn't even in the field. So.
Well, and it just made her career because she got a gotcha from John McEnroe. But anybody with any sense is gonna go, yeah, duh. I mean, it's silly. It's one of those things that when you talk about journalism and why people mistrust journalism, that's one of those things, and it's obvious for someone's like, oh yeah, you were trying to get them. You had an agenda, and you wanted a quote to fit your agenda, and you got it. And that's one of those things that really bothers the majority of the people out there.
Yeah.
Tennis fans know that, and I was watching some of the telecast afterwards, and and now anybody who's on broadcast doing a sporting event, you have to be so nice and so apologetic. It's sad they couldn't just come out and say, yeah, John was right, and I've come out and go, well, Serena's a great athlete. Yeah, we know all that. She can't compete with men.
Yeah, I was thinking of you yesterday because I was listening to how nice they were, and you had expressed that before. And when I was listening to them yesterday, including, by the way, there's a lady host on maybe both Saturday and Sunday, and I love listening to her. I mean, I really do. It's just, even though I'm not a sports guy, I just like listening to them. And she was expressing the exact same thing that the men were saying, and the exact same thing you're saying, but she was being really nice. Yeah.
Well, that's not how sports fans act. It's just not. You crush the guys on your own team, and then when somebody else crushes one of your guys on your team, then it's personal. It's like your brothers, right? You're allowed to make fun of your brothers or anybody else in your family, but if anybody else says it, well, those are fighting words.
Right.
You can say the exact same thing as I do, but then you're not allowed to say it because you're not a fan. That's what being a fan is about. And we're kind of losing that in the world of sports because it's become this, everybody's welcome, the participation trophy. And that's not what sports is about. Sports is about me against you, and I beat you, or I lose. And either way, we're going to deal with it. We're going to walk away with more respect for one another. And now it's I heard this the other day on a broadcast. This is one of those games. It's too bad somebody has to lose. No, if nobody's going to lose, then why play it? We're not talking about 8-year-olds going out there and playing baseball. We're talking about grown men and women who are paid to play a game.
Paid well. Very
well.
It's unbelievable how much they get paid. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Every time I hear one of their salaries,
almost as much as actors.
What? Yeah.
And musicians. Or other
Radio
entertainers.
guys.
Well, that's true too. That's true. That's true too. The
entertainers. Yeah.
Okay, but the argument I've always had against people who say they're paid too much is that when a recording artist makes a lot of money, it's because he or she has sold a lot of recordings. Mm-hmm. And when a sports figure makes a lot of money, it's because he or she has sold either a lot of tickets or a lot of sponsorships. It's a lot of. I don't think there's somebody just handing it to them. I think they're making that money, and somebody higher than them up the food chain is actually making even more from them.
Yeah, and they're working for it too. The people that make a lot of money are working.
I guarantee you, in the music world, if you look at the highest paid entertainer, let's say Taylor Swift or something, I guarantee you, as much as she's making, the record company is making more. Yeah, I guarantee it. Yeah.
Well, I would hope so. They're the ones who put up all the upfront money and took a chance on her.
Well, and the same thing is true with sports. If you ever have a sports figure making $1 gazillion, chances are the team is making way more than that just on that one player.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, you look at a ticket for a NFL game; it's $80. I don't care how high up you are. The cheapest ticket is $80. Mm-hmm. So and NFL players are paid the lowest amount because there's the fewest games. You look at I think somebody in the NBA just signed a $225 million contract. $225 million. That is a lot. That is a lot of money. So.
Let's see. We'll take a little break and we'll be right back. Galen, how's the blood supply today?
We're okay. We're still in need of negative blood. So if you're an A negative or a B negative or an O negative or an AB negative, please come in and donate blood.
All right, let's take a little break. We'll be right back with Galen. I have the healthy road trip snacks.
Nice.
Healthy road trip snacks for your next trip to Atlanta. All right, we'll be right back with Galen.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. On this Monday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm or two in the area, mainly during the afternoon hours, high 89 to 93. It clear to partly cloudy Monday night. There may be a late night shower along the coast, low 73, inland 79 on the coast. Tuesday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm around from late morning on, the high 89 to 93. On Wednesday, partly sunny with an afternoon thunderstorm, high 89 to 93. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
The American Healthcare Association has recognized Palm Garden of Ocala as a 2017 Silver Quality Award recipient. The award spotlights providers that demonstrated their commitment to improving quality of care. Executive Director Jennifer McCullough said, "We are honored to be recognized for what we've accomplished on our journey to improving quality care, and this has helped us achieve better outcomes." The award will be presented to Palm Garden during AHCA's annual convention in Las Vegas in October.
This is the beat of a normal heart. Now this is the beat of a heart of someone who just snorted or injected or smoked methamphetamine. Why? For a high. And this is what happens to that normal heartbeat. It's irregular, it's racing, it's why it's called speed, and it can do bizarre things to our heads. It can make us aggressive and violent. We can start hallucinating and end up doing some serious damage to people. Call 1-888-8-NO-METH today for more information on methamphetamine. That's 1-888-8-NO-METH.
A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free Florida and America. Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible. And today, the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
All right, 26 minutes after 8 o'clock. Gosh, it's late. 77 degrees, temperatures climbing to 91, 90% chance we'll see rain today, most likely in the afternoon. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Remember the important message Galen delivers to all of us, which is that there is no blood supply if you and I don't take a half hour every 8 weeks and go to LifeSouth, lay down, watch TV, and let the phlebotomists do their job and make sure there's a blood supply. It saves lives.
Yes.
Galen, by the way, today is National Clarihue Day. Have you heard of this?
Who? No, I haven't heard. I don't even know what that is.
All right,
No.
National Clarihue Day. Edmund Clarihue Bentley created this 4-line biographical poem, and today is the day we celebrate it. The first line has to include the person's name. The next 3 lines have to give a biography. The first line has to rhyme with the second line, and the third line has to rhyme with the fourth line, so I made one up for you. Are you ready?
Oh, let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Our good friend, Galen Unold, his radio skills are true gold. In the Navy, he served his nation. Now he's dedicated to blood donations.
Oh, I love that.
Larry, look at you. That could be my epitaph right there.
That's fine, yes. Yes.
At my eulogy, just read that and then just walk out.
That's what I said. I said the same thing about mine.
That one, let me hear yours. You did one on yourself?
I did one on myself. You want to hear mine?
Let's hear it. Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's hear
Right. Lawrence Howard Whitler just never was the littler. Always from the start, worked with music and with art. There you go.
Wow. I thought it was 4 lines. Is that 4 lines?
That's 4 lines, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here's one
I
I made.
love yours, Galen.
Here's one I made it for Robin.
Larry's Littler. The Littler was pretty good. I've got to admit that's good alliteration. I like that.
Robin Peranto McBlain. She drove the men insane. You should have seen her wiggle. You should have heard that giggle.
There you go.
Well, that's why she goes to Amtrak and train stations all over the country.
That's right.
Oh my gosh! All right, I
I
promise.
love yours, Galen. That is great.
Well, I didn't know if you were going to go, with yours. It's not a Hitler. It's a Whitler. So.
Yeah.
No relation to Hitler. Yeah,
yeah, that's good. All right, you know what? I had to leave something easy for my other relatives. There's plenty of other Whitlers that might want to use that one.
There you go.
All right, I don't have time for the healthy road trips next. So, but beef jerky's on the list. I just thought I'd throw that in. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, of course. My go-to when I'm on a long trip is combos and a bottle of water. It's like, okay, I'm going to battle through, so I'm going to have some combos.
What's a combo?
Oh, those are good.
What is that?
The little,
Those
it's like a
things.
pretzel with cheese in it.
The kids used to eat those all the time.
Oh, yeah, those are good. I like them. I don't know that they're considered healthy.
No, they're not. But I said that's my go-to because I'm driving it. Sometimes you just need something to get another mile in.
Exactly. Good for you. I love those.
All right, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile, Larry, is at the Publix at 40 East Shopping Center today.
Okay, nice.
All right, I will put your what are these things called again? Your Clarihue. I will
The
put
Clarihue.
I will put your Clarihue on the Facebook post.
Nice.
Oh, good. Maybe somebody will send it to me, and then they're like, "Oh, he's not on Facebook." Okay.
All right, Galen. Have a great day. Thank you for what you do.
Oh, you guys are the best. Thanks, y'all.
All right, we'll be right
Bye.
back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. The president's eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., issuing a statement responding to claims that he and other Trump campaign aides met a lawyer with ties to Russia during the campaign.
It reads in part, the woman stated that she had information that individuals connected to Russia were funding the Democratic National Committee and supporting Ms. Clinton. The statement goes on to read, her statements were vague, ambiguous, and made no sense.
Fox's Kevin Corke at the White House. Just back from the G20 summit, President Trump heading back to Europe later on this week, to France on Friday.
President Trump accepted an invitation from French President Emmanuel Macron to join him for Bastille Day. The two leaders will review a traditional military parade on the Champs-Élysées, which this year will mark the 100th anniversary of the entry of the U.S. into World War I.
Fox's John Decker. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off. I can't believe it. I can't believe it either. I paid more than the minimum each month, and soon enough, it was gone.
So you're just giving up?
Giving up on what?
The life of luxury. Egyptian cotton, caviar Thursdays, designer everything.
What are you talking about?
Our plan. What happened to winning the lottery and mastering the art of the perfect mimosa? Hosting galas, wearing enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacationing in the French Riviera, and then buying it.
I just thought maybe it was time to prepare for my future. You know, set some financial goals, make some smart investments, open a 401k.
Financial goals? Investments? A 401k? You are horrifying right now. Listen, if winning the lottery were easy, everyone would do it.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen Silver Springs. Good stuff and good food. So come on down to DQ at Silver Springs and start it off right, because we've got things for your heart's delight. Chicken strips and pepper gravy and slaw or chili dogs, oh so savory. Codfish and grilled burgers too, made to order just for you. Creamy and frosty, blizzards and shakes, and all kinds of flavors for goodness sakes. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
An unexpected pregnancy can turn a young woman's life upside down. The House of One in Faith in Ocala gives these young women a place to live in privacy and comfort under the Christian care of counselors who will guide and protect both the woman and her unborn child. The House of One in Faith is confidential, loving, and free. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those